my channel. Thanks for watching. As I said briefly, I made another stupid decision in my life, mid-50s, and I decided to buy another full-on crotch rocket sport bike. This is a 2023 ZX10R. I've always liked sport bikes. I'm addicted to the acceleration and the speed, and I'm going to give it another shot on one of these things, even though I've had many, and usually ends in the same result of being too uncomfortable for me. But this is one of my first break-in rides. I've put a little bit of miles on it, so we're going to put it through the paces and see how it feels. $111 miles on it. Trying to take it easy on it because it's brand new. Although I don't know about that. They say a 600-mile break-in, keep down the RPMs under, I don't know what it is, 4,000 RPMs or something, which seems nearly impossible to do on a bike like this. I know some people follow it to the letter. I don't think it's necessary. I'm not saying go out and redline it, you know, right off the bat, even though some people do that. I wouldn't do it, but I don't think you have to keep it down, take it so easy. I'm sure these things are already broken in before they, you know, get to the dealer. But yeah, probably not wise to run it at redline over and over on a brand new bike. Today is July 4th, 2023, Independence Day, and it's fairly early in the morning, so I figured I'd get out and make a video on this. There's not much traffic yet, everybody's still sleeping. Tell you what my opinions are about this bike so far. So far, to be honest with you, it's not that uncomfortable, surprisingly. I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know if it's just because it's Kawasaki, and maybe you're more upright a little bit. I'm not sure, but I'm not, you know, completely miserable on it, which is a plus. We'll see if that changes for me or not. I'm really finicky with these bikes. I actually got a motorcycle sickness, probably. I just love motorcycles in general, and I don't keep them very long, as I've said in another video. I have an FJR 1300, which is a sport touring bike, which is very comfortable, and it's quick and stable. But these bikes are just a different, you know, completely different animal. And even though they're not completely comfortable for all-day riding or whatever, they're a lot of fun. I mean, these things are just fun, period. They're fun bikes. And I think motorcycle riding should be fun. I've had lots of cruiser type bikes, and you know, even some non-cruiser bikes. They're just not fun. You know, to me, they're not fun. Some people like cruising all day long and just, you know, going in long group rides, and to them that's fun. To me, it's not. I've done that, long rides. I did a long trip to the Dragon's Tail from Ohio, North Carolina, in a large group ride years ago on a Honda VTX 1800, and it was kind of miserable. Not so much the miles that you're putting on or how long it took. It's just going with a bunch of guys, and everybody wanted to do different things, and you know, I wanted to stop and see scenery, and these are a bunch of older guys at the time, even older than I am now, and all they wanted to do was get to the next motel and drink beer. So that's not for me. And the Dragon's Tail, on a VTX 1800, a heavy cruiser, was a terrible decision for me to take that bike there. Needed a sport touring bike. So this bike, I mean, it feels quick. I can't tell yet. It's too new. It's probably going to need a flash and exhaust. An exhaust for sure. It's way too quiet for a sport bike. It's got a lot of cool technology on it. This one is the non-ABS version, which I'm not that thrilled about, but it was all I was able to get at the time. It's got traction control, a bunch of other electronics. I haven't got into it too much. Obviously a nice thing, TFT display. It's got a couple rider modes. It's got a quick shifter up and down. No gas gauge. It's got like some kind of countdown type menu, or it tells you how much. It's kind of weird. Tells you how much gallons you started with, or something like that. There's a mode here somewhere. If I can find it. Yeah, it tells you how much you've used or whatever. You're supposed to reset it. I'm not sure how it works yet. I'm assuming there's some kind of light that comes on when you get low on fuel. Guess you'd have to have that, otherwise you'd be kind of screwed. Especially on a bike like this, or if you're ripping it and you're going to burn through a lot of gas. I'm going to take it up on the highway here real quickly. I did this once, and this is where it gets fun, actually. Quick shifter's okay. It's not the smoothest, I felt. You got to be higher in the RPMs, it feels like. And then it smooths out. Fast. That was maybe, I don't know, half throttle or so, 3/4 throttle. I'm not going to go nuts on it, of course, but it also has cruise control, which I'm going to turn on here. So if you get sick of leaning over, you can just sit up and no hands if you wanted to, which is probably not too smart for too long. But right now, you know, just lean over a little bit. No weight on my wrist, no weight on my back, or no strain on my back. I'm cruising on the highway, and it's totally comfortable. So you could ride this thing. It's surprisingly comfortable. So if you're an older rider and you like to ride sport bikes, you should look into this. Although the BMW S1000RR is just a beautiful bike. I had one or two of those. The newer ones I sat on a couple and they feel really, really aggressive. And the seat was rock hard, which I guess you could change that if you wanted to. But that may be, maybe another bike I would consider. Just afraid that would be, be miserable on it. But who knows? I think the more you ride these, your body adjusts to it. Amazing how the wind on these things feel like nothing over 100 miles an hour. Obviously, because that's the aerodynamics of it. But you try that on a lot of other bikes over 100, and you will be miserable. Get your head ripped off. Like my ZH2 SE, I mean, over 100, it starts to get pretty bad, brutal. But yeah, I like it so far. I'm gonna do some more videos on it. I figured making some videos from the perspective of an older rider, not a 25-year-old guy who, there's a lot of channels of these guys that are young riders, and I watch them all the time. But I'm giving you a perspective of someone who's, in his 50s, not 20s or early 30s. Their bodies are different than ours, and I haven't seen too many guys out there. The only other guy I know who's, closer to my age is a local guy, 650E, and he's fantastic. Actually, I've been watching him for years. And he's a great guy in person. Met him a couple times. Really nice guy. But, he's in excellent shape. I'm not in that great a shape. And, yeah, figured I'd do some ride videos on this and tell you what I think from an older rider point of view. It's a pretty bike. I like the colors. Thanks again to Thrill Point Motorsports in Medina, Ohio, for hooking me up and feeding my addiction. These guys love me. But I'm going to end the video right here. Have a happy 4th of July, everybody.